Hey everybody, welcome to the Utterly Pointless channel. I have tried to get the Goblet to work with Pyromancer, and it just hasn't. So I'm having a fundraiser of sorts with my Shadowbringer team. I really got into the Pyromancer build using Inferno, which increases the strength of the burning debuff, I believe, by 200%. I am such a cheesemonger in using Generous and Cast Twice for abilities for spell gems. So that is just a great way for the spammer RPGer to get the effects of their favorite spells out. Big props to Thylacine Games for adding that mechanic. It is so fun and so funny when something does pile up. I mean, the way the monsters are built as good opponents, and the way that fights usually last a medium amount of time despite leveling up a single attack or using a single means of attacking. That is really cool, because you don't want to get bored in an RPG just kind of hitting a button and pummeling stuff without even having it have a chance. So I will say that I've been sacrificing a lot of nether stones rather, just to get the reliquary built up so I can get the synergy trait, synergy buff leveled up. If you are struggling in the game, just get all the relics that you can, unlock them, and you'll start to get stat bonuses, a percentage of that stat bonus, even when the artifact is not, or relic is not equipped. So unlock something like Temptation from Regalis, for example, get it up 1 or 2 levels, or just leave it as is, and you'll get a small base percentage boost of 2.5%. And then as you get your reliquary going, you can near 100%. And I hope go beyond for getting your creature's base stats up. So this game is partly about just being a numbers game, just having decent stats for the level. So that is just something to keep in mind. If you're really getting stomped and it looks like none of your strategies work as brilliant as they are, just go ahead and give yourself stat boosts as well. That will help your creatures survive surprisingly to you. Eventually you'll start seeing the rewards and you'll be able to start advancing in levels. I mean, you can always go ahead and hunt down dumplings as well to level up a lot. Keep your maximum creature level high, so that way whatever levels you are fighting through, you kind of get a little bit of a headwind as you keep advancing and leveling up. So that way you won't wind up just faltering and falling behind. So here we are at Lister's, and there's a buff of Cursed. Here are some eggs to smash up. And so the Sapphire Drake gives everybody the Healing Breath trait right off the bat, because it has, where are you? Let's see. Yep, it's got Surprise, so always starts at the top of the timeline. That's with that's a fusion with a Mimic, so they're a little bit tough to A little bit tough to find when you're starting out and get their trait, but as soon as you get surprise, put it on a Drake, get Shadowbringer, and just go to town. Whatever team that you do have in Shadowbringer, the Drake does an almost broken, and I would say quasi-broken amount of heavy lifting. I've been able to put the Sapphire Drake into other teams that are faltering a little bit damage-wise, and using anointments that you can start to acquire from other specializations by fighting false gods. You can kind of splash the Drake in, and just really take some of the suffering off some of your teams that are really defensive and not offensively powered. So this is a quick run through and a demonstration of how it puts that destructive power onto every other creature. So anyway, a bunch of wyverns, and as you take a look, you'll see that there's healing breath. So I've got a big stack of wyverns just ready to wreak havoc on their fellow creatures, because they all have blighted, and because they do, and healing breath is on every enemy, they're all just going to slap around one of their allies, if not themselves, and no jokes, please. You can joke if you want in the comments, but yeah, there'll be some slapping around, and one of these enemies will take damage proportionate to their current health, or their max health, current health. I mean, it's start of battle, so they're pretty much the same just for a moment in time, but anyway, they're gonna just take a huge amount of damage. The base that Blighted deals, I believe, is 50%, but I do have additional anointments. I mean, I have, maybe I could use an anointment to, get indirect damage. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Notes for the further build. But, oh gosh, I'm just kind of stumbling here. Let me just shut up and play. I know I've been going on and on about how the team works, so let's go. All I have to do is wait. Just watch this. You can see that red stack of enemies just waiting to do their thing. They're all just taking one huge hit at a time. So there's probably going to be one creature alive, if that, by the time we get to our first turn. So there they go. Ooh, wow, oof. That was a little bit more brutal than I thought. What happened there? Wow. Okay, we're off to a rocky start here. Let's take a look at that battle history. So, how did that happen? Let's see. Huh. So I was sent to the top of the timeline and killed? Well. Might be some really cruddy realm properties here. Let's see. Huh. Oh, I'm fighting Caliban already? Oh, man. Alright, well, I really gotta put my money where my mouth is here and shut up and start fighting. So, not that I have started. Alright. So the main strategy that I have with my team still is put enemies into a dense fog using a sleep spell. So or vice versa, using the dense fog spell, put creatures asleep. So as they're roasting themselves with blighted, you just kind of sit back and chill and get defensive if you need to. I'm going to start out with less defense, and then if I can get extra rewards, I'll do that. When I do get those rewards, I want to just make sure that I don't lose the fight for a promise of 50% rewards. It's just not going to be that helpful. So it's essentially a promise of 150% of nothing. So let's see. For some resources. And looks like it's going to take a while to get some favor to the next level with Lister, but we'll see. So the crazy thing about Shadowbringer is that your enemies are tailored to act defensively and they don't really have any kind of meta defense against the Catapult and Healing Breath. I mean, it's very, very, very hard to shake. I've been in some specializations where you run into some really defensive teams with awesome combinations of defensive traits, mostly at random, but I mean, when you get those guys, they're just roadblocks, and it really rains on your day, and you have to go back and complete the level yet again. So, or try to. So, well, we'll take a look and see how Caliban's doing. I don't think we'll have that much of a problem, especially with Shadowbringer. Dealing most of, if not more than, of its health one section at a time. I think Impington is the one that has the body that comes back on you. Again, comments if you like. Did I mention slapping around in this video? I put it that way, and then I instantly regretted it. So if you have any favorite terms you have for beating on monsters, feel free to leave them in the comments. Let's see. I just want to have a decent win, and I want to get the anointments, and I want to win for this video too, so I'm not going to be double dogging it and hot dogging it rather, and just basically running into a brick wall of my own making. So these Kraken are, I think, the weakest race in all of Cyrillum. As long as their stats aren't affected, then they're fine. There is a Disc of Creation that will let you reset those stats. But I've looked at them and I'm like, just not worth it. I mean, there are ways that you can get around having to use Disc of Creation a lot. There's the Jinn Arcanomancer So if you like to have a creature babysit and support your team, I guess that's pretty much the way every every build is in Cerulean. But I mean, if you have enemies that increase or decrease stats by accident with paragons or what have you, your whole Kraken concept is going to be compromised. So if anybody does have a fun one that they want to share, do leave it in the comments. Feel free to just put what kind of relics and spell gems if you want. If you want to just keep it if you want to keep it a big secret, big secret, keep it your pride and joy. That's understandable. I've tried to make this one as open and transparent in past videos, but primarily it is about just dealing that huge payload of damage every single time that enemies have a turn, casting Wormhole as needed, so that way enemies get moved up to the top of the timeline so they can do whatever. Sometimes I think what could possibly go wrong. I don't have Caliban buffed any other way. I don't believe so. We'll give Mr. C a go, and maybe I can even still start at the top of the timeline with the Sapphire Drake and still deal huge amounts of damage. So I think that God abilities or traits do take precedence over the Sapphire Drake, but let's take a look. I've been curious about that. So as you can see, just self-defeat time after time here. By the time my first creature gets to take its turn, there might not be anything left. Oh, there we go. So what we'll do is give these creatures their turn again so they can deal massive damage. It'll always show up at the end. I saw 3.20 million blight, so that creature's all gone, and there's their little marker. And I don't want to have this false god dealing 50% more damage and taking its turn, so let's balance that out. And I think this might be the last creature I need, hopefully. But so after all the fighting that you do in Cerulean, where you've just had to analyze every creature's strength, weakness, whatever, by the time you get to, I would say, level even like 300 to 400, that's where some of the power gaming starts to happen. And let's see, I hate using maps. I'm like a guy that won't take directions while driving. So there we go. There's some treasure. Let's see who's over here. So there are, I believe, different algorithms that create strange configurations sometimes in these dungeons. This is kind of like a big long strip of beach, I guess, and so it's not quite hive-like like recluses, and with Venedon, I mean, he's got like a big factory, so there's essentially large central rooms, and there are a few passageways. But I kind of have noticed, I mean, having been a game designer briefly, I did notice that things like Regalis's level wind up being kind of hive-like or nest-like. And let's see what we got here. So this is just kind of a nice mellow level to travel through. It's got just these long distance passageways here, and let's see if that portal appeared. I don't ever seem to get the notifications for it, like I'm always either too busy or it just like doesn't show up, but nope, there we go. That's why. Let's see if this is the one. I found the one, Mom. My mom used to hate me playing video games. She always used to call it being in La La Land. It's like, hey, welcome to 1985, lady. So let's see if we got the portal yet. Nope. Nope. This is Monster City. I usually get things a little sooner, but a lot of carnages and phoenixes that won't even be able to make it, I don't believe, to resurrect anything. So yep. Bye, Phoenix, you're going next. So some of the supporting things that I have in this are resurrection. That's with the unicorn that I've got dressed as a pinata. So I'll show you the mechanic for that one. So after it attacks, it resurrects a random ally, and at the start of this creature's turn, it's killed and then is resurrected with 100% health, which ties in with secret recipe. After this creature is resurrected, your other creatures are resurrected as well. So all this guy has to do is make it to the beginning of his turn and everything comes back. So nice little bit of mojo there. Frieden is there to also give enemies poisoned, leeching, and mending. So it might seem like repetition, giving things blighted, but Frieden does let things take a good bit more damage passively if need be, if that big chunk of damage from Healing Breath doesn't quite take something out, the rest of it will. So let's see, and then let's see, the Cockatrices. So after this creature is resurrected, other creatures are resurrected as well. This helps start creatures out with sleeping, which is a very, very weak trait to have in the long scheme of things, but it just helps get creatures to knock themselves out. So, and this is what has saved my bacon, I think, a lot of times. I see my team just get completely destroyed, and then resurrection code kicks in a lot. After this creature dies, it has a 50% chance to resurrect its allies with 50% health. So that's what I've been seeing, and that really is just super enjoyable to see when you take an ungodly amount of attacks or just one nasty spell that kills everything. This is such a game saver. There is a trickster anointment that you can get that will let you re-roll any positive things that didn't happen. So then we have Final Excretion here to add some additional damage. Corpse Explosion on every enemy's death. Ooh, I noticed that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Somebody has a bum artifact. Oh, wow. Huh. Wow. Wow. Okay, so... Huh. Wait, who's got... Wow. I just noticed that. Oh, man. Nobody has Master of Cockatrices anymore. So, wow. Yeah, I gotta get that artifact back, because if everything is Cockatrices, and you have Master of Cockatrices, insert funny comments in the video here, um, then everything is always confused, and that's what I don't have. I just have this bad dreams thing here. So, wow, I gotta get that one out of here. Note to self. So, wow, this has been a journey of discovery here. Oh boy, whew, that's really something. That has been slowing me down a little bit, and I thought I had a good grip on things here. So, I mean, maybe it will make things a little bit tougher, but I mean, everything, whether it's awake or not, is going to be getting killed. So, oh, there we are, one last one. Oh, wow, boy, I gotta get that fine tuning done, because I mean, 99.99% of the time, you can always improve your team. So that is a real deal breaker right there. I mean, as you can see, nothing's even asleep at the start of battle, so that trait is wasted. So there we go. There's the mysterious portal. Let's fight Mr. Caliban. I don't think I get anything. Check other realms for things that give you buffs last minute. So, yeah, I think Caliban does have a body that revives. So, yeah, I'll be getting that artifact off of the third creature that I got here. There's dense fog. This thing is resistant to debuffs. I believe they disappear after the next turn. So as you can see, he took his first turn, and it's like, yeah. So, just barely have sleep on him. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge change. As you can see, I got Curse of the Swarm and other things inflicting a good bit of... I thought I had Curse of the Swarm as generous. Okay, well... So yeah, there's Caliban just melting away. I'm gonna just use Ghostly Scimitar. This is not really that strong of a spell, but there we go. Stuff is just melting right down off him, taking that blight damage. The heart winds up coming back a couple of times, so I'll just cast Wormhole, give him his turn. That's what he wants. I'll try his little bit of business and get me killed, but there. And then, yep. So there is an ascended perk that you can get for Shadowbringer, where anything that dies of blight cannot be resurrected. So it looks like in their wisdom, the designers have given Caliban still this little ability to resuscitate the heart. So that's what I like about a game designer, is that when they don't want to have some of their perks or traits or skills steal the dramatic effect from a fight. So this is what Caliban does, and I mean, if you were to win this easily with Shadowbringer, I'm sure that somebody in the forums would probably be all, but I can't win with I can't win with Siege Masters so fast. It's taking forever. I'm failing my classes. I don't know. So, as you can see, we've almost got these orbs here. Kicking them right in the orbs. Boom. So, and as you can see, I'm just letting the blight do the damage. Because anything that we do pales in comparison to billions of points of damage. So if I were the game designer, maybe I might nerf things so that Healing Breath doesn't deal such an ungodly amount of damage. But I hope they don't. I really just hope they leave it be, because it is so enjoyable to go up against some of these creatures that you've fought before and hammered at, one body part or one enemy creature at a time, and just be able to knock them out quick style. If you see a section of an enemy go quickly in this game, you're doing something right. So as you can see, that hand just went. Go to the history. That would be, it looks like a couple of million points of damage here, and things are starting to escalate damage wise. Maybe it might be good to oh boy, get that confusion in, or maybe I might use the Inox Apocalypse's ability in that artifact. But there we go. Caliban is gone. Let's grab these inferior treasure chests here. And for dramatic effect, let's see what we can get. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we got some demonologist or necromancer stuff here. So that is good for your defending and provoking creatures. I do want to get something fun going with that soon. Ooh. Spells cast an additional time. I think Inferno would be really, really awesome to have. Wow. So yeah, let's see. Feint. After your creatures dodge, they have a 100% chance to afflict the enemy with disarmed. Weakens them pretty well. Hidden Hand. Spell slots on your artifact. Cast more often. Life Mastery, so you can cast life gems no matter what. Soul Shield. Less damage for all the times your creature's minions went away. Not really splashable, Summon Satnashia. And totally, or very, very hard to splash, I believe. And then supercharged additional charges. So I'm going with Echo. So that way I can cast Inferno and get things. There we go. Get things really to be a hot time in the old town tonight, as they used to say. I've been dealing damage in the billions with this Pyromancer build, so it's not quite as fast as what I've got here. But it does hit creatures en masse, so they when they get hit, everything just about gets nuked. I mean, the pressure that ratchets up in a Pyromancer fight is awesome to behold, because things just essentially start burning and burning more to a crisp. And I do believe I have the Inox Apocalypse to help speed that up. So thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna just go home out of force of habit, and do that tinkering on the Cockatrice that I've got. So funny comments in video. What are you doing today, Lionel? Oh, I'm just tinkering with my... Oop. You didn't see that. So, okay, I'm back. I can complete a project. Ooh, Thana. I want to get Thana because Thana is very, very hard to destroy. It's like a trash can that you have over you, or you are the trash can. Either way, if Thana is at 100% health, there's a 90% chance to avoid damage. So combine that with some quick recovery and you have a real beast. You'll also need some resurrection options in the rest of your team. But this thing makes it through fights very, very easily, and I want to get a team of 5 to 6 Thanas, either in fusions or as the main creatures. So that is it. Let me just get that fixed done as well, I meant to say. All right, Dream Stomp is off. Let me see if I can even equip. Let's see. Oh. Wow, why did I give these things up? Sting Martyr. Oh, that's right. When this thing does attack, I think it gives like 300% extra damage. Look at that spell, Nether Gem though, Nether Stone. That is insane. Level 515, Sting Martyr. I've got to double check about that, but look at the trait here, Sting Martyr. Let me get that. So just look up Marty. Oh, okay. This creature's attacks deal 125% more damage, but after this creature attacks, it loses 10% maximum health. So, not a big deal. I think I have Clayman. Nope. Maybe I do. Let me see. Nope. What? Oh, wow. Oh. So here's further fine-tuning. I don't know why that didn't go through. But, there we go. Give Curse the Swarm out. That was an improvement I wanted to make sure was done. So, our team now has the ability to make everything confused. And that's it. That's the Utterly Pointless Channels run through of level 928. I'm getting close. And let me check this annoying goblet. 75% full. So 2 more fights and I'll be able to start putting in some more crystal or essence rather, to see if I can get my pyro team out. So I'll also work on getting the necro team out. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. I know I've meandered and rambled. It's just the nature of this game. You get little fun and not so fun surprises, just second after second almost. It's just enjoyable to go with the flow and discover ways that you can improve your team and discover new combinations of enemies and traits, some of which will even knock a seasoned team for a loop. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Off to publish it right now. I know I got those other two sitting around. I finally got internet at my new place. I am so overjoyed. So much love to everybody. I hope that you have a great day and get some gaming in, but also some productive things, because don't be like me. Thank you. Bye.